Hello, welcome back again for another episode for Second Brain, AI-powered business thinking. I'm your host, Vimal Patel from RoundTech Square. Today we have our guest in-house, Brett Ehrlich from Stamford, Connecticut, with the brand named Cycle and Strength. He is very unique. He's in a business of very unique physical fitness sector, and he's a leader of that brand. He created that beautiful company. Hello, Brett. How are you? Welcome to our
I'm doing
podcast.
great. How are you?
Okay, very nice. Thank you very much for being over here. So we saw your website, we saw your brand. It's doing wonderful. I mean, I kind of went through each and every trainer of yours. They are very fit and fine, and then they're doing so many things on social media in terms of providing education, as well as doing a lot of nice thing which they are connected to you as a team, right? So here is our question. Here's our topic that in your brand, in this business of wellness and fitness market, how are you using technology? How are you leveraging technology into your business? If you can just kind of take us through a tour or a journey of you using the technology smartly and then become a successful brand.
Yeah, and I think that it's a great question. I think it's a microcosm for all of small business. So if we're not using technology day in and day out, someone else is, and someone's going to pass us. So, we've got a scrappy team. All my employees are part-time employees, are all doing other things, working in our business. So technology helps us really be interconnected
Okay.
and communicate information. There are employees that we have in the business that I may not see for 2 or 3 weeks because they may only work first thing in the morning and I'm there, middle of the day. And so using technology and just using the resources that we have to communicate. We've just instituted a new platform in our front desk system, which sort of eliminated 14 different Google Sheets and sticky notes and everything else.
Oh,
So we're now using a platform that a couple other studio owners had created, seeing an opportunity in the market. So now we've consolidated that and helped us be just a lot more efficient with everything we do.
wow. Okay. So what I'm hearing is you are using a nice CRM to manage your not only employees but the client as well in terms of communication, bookings, schedules, having a smart conversation where you don't waste a lot of time, you don't have any human error, but the software does everything for you, right? I mean, that's the whole main kind of system what you have set up in the business. Now
Listen,
that
we all need to be smarter, in especially in a local business. That the thing that differentiates us from competitors is we build a relationship, we build a connection with the people who walk in our door. So using technology, using different CRM systems to help us know more, pass on information about individual clients. So if someone is celebrating a 500th class, we want to be able to communicate that in a very efficient way to the team. We want to be able to say, okay, well, who's picking up balloons for this person? Who's doing what for this person? So using these different things, both internally and externally, just allows us to, really get a better understanding of our clients and
okay.
enhance their overall experience.
Wow. Okay, nice. So now that lead me to a next question saying that now the technology you have set up very nicely, the brand is doing wonderful. Anything about AI which you are using in your system, right? I mean AI is a buzzword right now. Everybody knows that okay, hey, it's artificial intelligence. Everything is happening with the AI. There are a lot of buzz saying that AI will take my job and stuff like that. So there is so many things going on with the AI, right? So are you using anything related to AI on top of your regular tech system or infrastructure you have?
As my kids say, AI is my new best friend. So,
Okay.
literally they can't walk past my screen without, me doing something utilizing AI. And really, I will be very transparent. It's allowed me to eliminate a bunch of outside resources that I've had to pay for in the past. So I've been able to utilize AI to streamline, help build my Google ads and optimize it.
Nice.
Sort of eliminating some outsourced agencies, which as a, I also do some consulting and I'm an agency on the side as well. So one side of me is, okay, I can see that there's a massive, area that AI is filling on one side of the bucket, but in my day-to-day and operationally running cycle and strength, there's not a day, there's not a decision that I'm making that isn't being run through some sort of AI filter.
Okay, nice. So if I may ask that you've been doing this thing from such a long time, right? Now, before when you must have started at first day or first, kind of a quarter of your business, from that point till right now, what is one point you can say that, okay, hey, I have improved a lot in terms of using a tech and AI, that certain task of mine without tech and AI was so difficult to do. If you can point out those kind of scenarios or those kind of tasks which was like kind of change the whole horizon of you doing that thing very smartly with the use of tech and AI, like what would be those tasks? I mean, maybe multiple or maybe one of that you wanted to highlight.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of them come right off my head. Number one, payroll management. So,
Oh, okay.
literally just being able to upload our class lists into AI in, 10 seconds. It gives me a report of how many classes each instructor has taught during a biweekly period. Drop that into our payroll report. No more printing out, adding up, double checking,
Punch
so
card.
yeah, I mean
Yes.
that's that's the lowest hanging fruit out there.
Okay.
We also I do all my own email marketing. It's
Wow.
something I have experience in from other business in the past, and I really love doing it. But what AI has done is helped me be so much more efficient. So in the past when we first started the business and I was sending out a weekly newsletter, it was pretty long. I would be throwing a lot of information in, and I can definitely tell that there was some fatigue. People weren't reading the bottom of it because it was fatigue. Now using AI, I've developed a template that
Okay.
very easily I can get the information out there, and we keep it very quick, easy to read, easy to digest. And every week when I sit down and work on the newsletter, I've taken something that used to take me 2 to 3 hours a week. It now, it's 10 minutes.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So yeah, so that's very nicely said that those automations helps you into, kind of like doing a sales and marketing as well as doing so many things automatically, which saves not only time, but I guess absolutely provides you a lot of accuracy and then speed as well. So very, very nice. Now, in a counter of that question, one thing, if I may ask you, saying that what is still, if you just kind of tell us a one scenario saying that this stuff I'm still with the use of tech and AI on an advanced level, still I think that this particular task or this particular scenario in a fitness and wellness brand can kind of still has a scope of take over and then, kind of do so many better things. What would be those scenario or tasks which you can highlight saying that, okay, hey, I wish my tech and AI can do this thing better?
Well, I mean, you're leading me into an interesting question because I'm literally building something right now to solve
Okay.
for, what I see as a deficiency in that. And part of this, again, small business and we've been open for 3.5 years and so much of what we do is community driven and celebrating accomplishments, milestones. We do a lot of contests, we do a lot of challenges, we do a lot of raffles in the
Wow.
studio, but I've always been looking for a solution to be able to digitize that in a very clean way. So instead of
Okay.
having the traditional fishbowl raffle where you get your sweaty hand drops a ticket into this, drops a
Yeah.
ticket into that, I built
Digital.
a solution, and I'm
Okay.
and I'm beta testing it right now. It's going to be out in the market starting on May 1. But basically, it's called Raffler, and so
Okay.
it digitizes the process of challenges. So we've got goal challenges, attendance challenges, bingo challenges, and
Okay.
once you've completed those challenges, you automatically digitally get raffle tickets that get
Okay.
entered into the raffle, and then at the moment in time where the raffle ends, boom,
Winner.
the winners are distributed, announced. There really is no need for someone to be sitting there going through a list, assigning raffle tickets, picking things out of a bowl. And so this, for us, for what we're doing, is going to be, really really fun, and it's something that I've been struggling with for years. Like, why when we're doing a bingo challenge, why do we have to hang all these cards on a wall? Why do I have to
Okay.
spend money printing out the cards, everything else? Like, I wish there was a solution to run a
Okay.
digital bingo challenge where I can customize my own squares. And now I've built it. So I'm super
Wow.
excited about that.
Wow, nice. So, I mean, I think the question was what was the gap or space? And then, now you just give us a lot of insight saying that you understood that space and then you sat down and then, scratch your head and then you took the challenge saying that, let me fix that. And then you are coming up with this terrific idea and then tool. So I think it's going to be amazing. I think this kind of conversation help the tech people like us to give us understanding and knowledge saying that what is the day-to-day challenge. What as a brand owner thinks that okay, hey, this can be automated. That there has to be solution with the use of tech and AI. And then when you coming up with the challenge, answer of those challenge, it just like gives you a lot of satisfaction and say that okay, yes, we have done something. So definitely looking forward to see that tool or a service what you're going to have, and then I will see that how it's going to kind of help the market. Anything else you want to mention saying that okay, this one was a challenge. Yeah, I worked on it. But anything like a wildest a dream, I always ask saying that key, okay, if I wake up and if I go to my business, I don't like to do this thing. I hope this thing can be done by some kind of a tech, or not maybe at the business, but in a overall in general, because our life when we are business people, when we do business about something into particular 8 9 hours of our day, other things are also around that particular business or the thought process. So anything you want to mention saying that AI can fix that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not afraid of it. I'm also not afraid to roll up my sleeves and build things and what I'm building, I am testing, 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 testing. So it's, I understand there's a lot of inferior products out there because, people think that they can create something, just get it out there and then, the market will, give them the response to it. So, honestly, I don't wake up saying what more can I do, but the second that comes into my head, I'm either going to find the solution or I'm going to build it myself. But the counter to that is, especially again, and I bring this back to being a small business owner in a local business, there really is no replacement for me being in the studio, getting to know my members, knowing people by name, shaking their hands, and having that connection. So as much as I do utilize technology day in, day out, the fact that I'm in the studio and someone walks into the studio and I'm calling it as the owner of the business, I'm greeting them by their first name. Like,
That's
you can't replace that with
Let's say the
technology.
humor. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So that brought me that thought of ask you that very unique question. A lot of people say about that AI will take my job or AI will take our job if we don't upgrade ourselves. So that answer of you saying that there is always a human touch, there is always an emotion. You as a business owner go at the business and then meet those people. That can be replaced. That can be replaced with the tech or AI. So what are your thoughts like, when you ask around or when you sit with the owners and the new leaders like yourself in the same industry, what are their thoughts? What do you hear out loud saying that AI will take our job? You are doing very terrific job in terms of using tech very wisely, but at the same time, what are the thoughts of other people around that market or around that businesses?
Yeah, I mean, I think the people who feel that way probably haven't fully embraced it and haven't figured out how to use it effectively and efficiently and not as a replacement. Again, it's not going to wipe out that experience. I mean, again, we're a fitness studio, so technology can be heavily involved in fitness, but there's a reason why people come into a physical studio every day and take a class with an instructor up on a podium versus sitting in their basement and being guided by a video or something else. There's something about accountability, there's something about community that can't be
Helps.
replaced by AI, can't be replaced by technology. So it's how do we use that in a good way, but how do we also embrace the fact that humans by design want community, humans by design want accountability, want guidance, want leadership. So it's kind of merging the two together would be my answer.
Okay, nice. So it's just a nice summarize of what other leaders are thinking. So they are always having that human element, but at the same time, they wanted to walk, run with the technology and AI. So that ends up my set of questions. I mean, you gave us a lot of insights about what are the thought process of using a tech and AI into this fitness business. At the same time, what you are making, and then, you're making terrific tools, solution of those questions and working towards that. So it's going to be great in future. I would definitely be in touch with you in terms of learning more and more about, solution you will come up with. But if somebody who's listening to this thing as a point of learning and then understanding where they should reach you. I mean, you are in Stamford, Connecticut, but if you can just tell us that if I
Yeah.
wanted to become your customer, I just wanted to have a chat with you about this fitness industry, where they can reach you at.
That would be through my advisory service. So Hillside Advisory is my consultancy. I consult for small businesses, franchisees is really my sweet spot. So my business started as a franchise-based business. We broke away from that, went independent, and so I've got a lot of knowledge in terms of the ins and outs of operating within a franchise system, and also the benefits of operating independently. So Hillside Advisory, and just Brett at hillsideadvisory.com is the way for someone to reach me.
Okay.
And I just love industry thought leadership in general. So always love to get on the phone and just hear people's journeys and their pain points, and throw ideas against the wall and see how we
Wow,
can all get
nice.
smarter.
Okay, nice. Okay, so now we know where to reach you at if we want to talk to you. So thank you very much, Brett, to being on the call and then give us a lot of insights. Helped us a lot, help our audience a lot. Thank you. And you have a
Thank you
wonderful
very
day.
much. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
enjoyed it.
Bye.